5:58 p.m., March 12, 2009. A witness reports 4 heavily armed men leaving this bank in an SUV in North Brunswick, New Jersey. As police raced to the scene, they were unaware the bank robbers had dumped the SUV and were now in a minivan. North Brunswick Police Detective Steve DUNKEL was one of the first to arrive.
I come in, I haven't seen any vehicles up to this point. Now I look and I see the van coming down. So I slowed down, and at this point, he just stares straight ahead. I slow to a crawl, and I'm looking back, and I can see that he turns onto the road, and then all I see is the tail end kick down, and I pulled a quick U-turn. I didn't want to tie up the air on a hunch, and I figured they're not going to miss one detective on the scene. So if I play in a hunch, it's wrong, then, you know, it's wrong. But if I do, then we got the suspect vehicle.
Working on that hunch, Detective DUNKEL followed the van into nearby New Brunswick.
Damn, it's the cops. Man, how'd they know we switched cars?
I don't know, but I say we take them out. Blast out the back window.
I threw it into reverse, called out shots fired.
As the van took off, officers from the New Brunswick PD immediately went on the offensive. Officer ADAN Ramirez was the first to get a beat on the suspects.
As I'm about here, that van makes a left turn and goes straight ahead. And as it makes that left turn, that back window is shattered out. And that's when, you know, my adrenaline started pumping. So I just say, we're going towards the dead end of St. Peter's Hospital, going towards the dead end of St. Peter's Hospital.
The armed robbers bailed out at the hospital security gate and took off through the parking lot.
Police, freeze! Police, freeze! Shots fired, shots fired. 4 male suspects heading towards Eastern Avenue.
After we exchange rounds over here, okay, I have to, and they're on foot fleeing, I have to make sure that for these other responding officers that I give, you know, description and direction of flight so they know who they're looking for.
Officers John Langan and Gary Yurkovich were nearby when the call came out, and they raced to the hospital. Officer Yurkovich jumped out of the squad car to cut off the suspects near the street as Officer Langan continued into the parking lot.
As soon as I get out of the car, I hear a series of shots being fired. I don't know what direction they're coming from. I go to the back of my police car and I kind of crouch down. At this point, I feel I have some extra cover. I could take a moment, kind of scan around the area and see if I could pick up any threats.
Meanwhile, officers Gregory Lizchak and Michael Coppola had arrived at a different hospital entrance. And while Officer Coppola cut through nearby houses, Officer Lizchak ran through the parking lot.
So as I'm coming from the lot, they call it slicing the pie. Just kind of slowly sidestepping so you can get a better view. Hopefully you see them before they see you.
As I'm coming up the driveway, the suspects had actually come through that part of the fence.
I said, drop your weapons!
The guns were pointed at me, and they began to fire.
Officers Langan, Ramirez, Lizchak, and Yurkovich quickly responded to the shots, knowing Officer Coppola was outnumbered and in grave danger. 3 of the armed robbers were hit. The 4th hit the ground, giving up. And because of great teamwork, not a single officer was hit.
Just get him, check his weapons!
Proud to say that I get to work with these guys. Everybody that was here that day, I really believe, had a part in saving my life. Personally, I would go to war with these guys any day.
The amount of control that they had, the controlled fire, the way they handled themselves, it was textbook. It was better than textbook. You couldn't ask for a better scenario or a better bunch of guys to finish it.